Hello, I'm Gaylene Rogers Lonergan, and this is episode 3 of the Legal Answers Just for Real Estate podcast. And today we're really happy to have Donna Mixon, who has published a new book regarding real estate, and we're going to chat about that. Welcome to the podcast, Donna. Been a pleasure to work with you over the last 10 years.
Thank you. Still remember the first time we ever met was at a real estate investment conference. And I was so impressed with you and the answers and the sharpness of everything. And everybody in the room was just like,
Oh, thank you so much for that.
It's been a privilege to work with you. I appreciate that you're not just a title company. You are an attorney and your knowledge is vast, not just for homeowners, but investors. And, you've helped me with all kinds of things.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've really enjoyed working with you. Absolutely. Well, let's just dive in about your book. So what inspired you to start your publishing company, which is called named URMS Publishing?
Well, thank you for asking. I have always had a big heart to help people, and it comes from my heart and my soul. And I just really believe that this world is tough. It's a tough world. And sometimes just a little glimmer of light can help us, I don't know, just kind of refocus, be like, hey, yeah, the world's tough, but I got some light.
Right.
And so our whole tagline for the publishing company is books that brighten your world.
That's fantastic. That's great. But you are right. It is a tough world, and yes,
Yeah.
this book does provide a lot of assistance to people that don't know anything about buying homes.
Mm-hmm.
So how does the mission of I think you may have just answered this. How does the mission reflect your personal values? I think you may have just
I think
that.
I do want to expound on that a little bit, as in what inspired the name. URMS Publishing stands for You Are My Sunshine. It was the song that my mom sang to us as children all the time. And so it's definitely woven into our family's history. And so URMS Publishing stands for You Are My Sunshine. And I feel like with every word that we publish is honoring my mom and paying it forward.
That's fantastic. That's great. So how do you think URMS Publishing aims to make a difference in your readers' lives?
Brightening your world with every word we publish.
Absolutely. And then what sets URMS Publishing apart from other publishing companies, do you think?
I think really our mission is really about helping people. It's not just about profit and greed. And we really, our core is to help people. So everything that we publish is about helping people and paying it forward. And wisdom from generations that went before us. And there's some knowledge to pass forward.
Right.
Right.
And I agree with my personal values align with that also.
Mhm.
I'm all about trying to help my clients.
Yes, you are.
And so I know exactly what you're talking about. So now you're launching a new book.
Yes.
It's called Home Sweet Home, a step-by-step guide for first-time home buyers. So what was your motivation behind that book?
Well, I've been in the real estate industry. Let's just go with well over 20 years.
Yeah,
Because that's
leave it
enough
at that.
plan,
Yeah.
right? And I've just seen so many people struggle with what they don't know and make costly mistakes, and be afraid to ask questions. And I believe that knowledge is power. So the motivation behind this book is that you can start connecting some dots and at least know some questions to ask of the experts, because you still need to hire experts. That's really what it's about. Some people are just afraid to ask because they don't know. Or I know for myself in life, sometimes I'm like, I don't even know the questions to ask, right?
Right.
So the book really helps give people a roadmap, some basic knowledge, some deep knowledge, some things that can even help in your marriage, some tips or other relationships. So
Yeah, exactly. Well, so how does the book empower readers to make those wise decisions and avoid feeling overwhelmed?
well, I can't give away the whole book, but yeah, it definitely does that by giving you the knowledge, some real world examples of people that have done things right, think people that have done things, I don't want to say wrong, but made uneducated choices that were very costly in the
Yes.
end. And then it kind of tells you who all the team players need to be and why.
Right.
Because buying a home is not, people, I guess, I think we think of it as a personal journey. Really, it's a team sport.
It really is. It really is. You know, I've only ever purchased one home and I'm still living in it, but and I was, at the time I bought mine, I was a 20-year real estate lawyer. Okay. So
Yeah.
I knew all about, but even I was intimidated about certain
Mhm.
things. And my poor husband, he kept asking all these things, and I said, okay, you know, I'll explain, but he was really lost. So
Yeah.
things like your book would be very helpful
Thank
to
you.
nearly everybody. So does the book touch on advice for someone who's on the fence about buying their first home?
It definitely does, because as much as I personally believe in the power of home ownership, and it's the right of every American to own their own home, and there's a huge amount of benefits that go with that, it's not right for everybody. And so there's some questions to ask yourself in there, and just kind of, help you discover, is this the right path for me? Or helping you put the path together if you're not ready today. Are you ready in a year? Are you ready in 2 years? And the team to put together to help make that happen. And again, maybe it's not right for you because of your lifestyle or some other goals that you have in your life. But yes, it definitely helps with that process.
Well, great. Yeah, absolutely.
Gaylene, you contributed to the book. So tell us
Yeah.
more about that.
Absolutely, I appreciate, yes, I did, and I appreciate you offering me the opportunity to do that.
Absolutely.
When I'm out speaking, I'm always giving people the horror stories,
Mhm.
okay? Because that's what you can learn a lot from those.
Yeah.
And so that really is what I did, is I gave them, came up with about 10 or so tips of what to think, what to look at and think about and avoid having happen to you. And
Yeah.
so I was excited to do it.
Yeah. Well, funny that you mentioned that, because you and I know, after many years in this industry, there's tons of horror stories out there.
Absolutely.
And I've had people say to me, please tell me these aren't true. I'm like, they're all true, and I can give you some more, right? But this is exactly part of what the book helps cover, is let's avoid those, right? By putting the right power team together.
Right, and having a basic knowledge about the whole process, because nobody is generally a expert in buying real estate, unless they're in the real estate industry like you and I are.
Mhm.
But your average home buyer, that's not something they do on a daily basis.
No. And the thing is too, real estate is always changing.
Oh, yes.
It does not stay the same. So even if you are a so-called veteran and expert, as you and I would both be called, everything,
That's for sure.
and if we do, wait a second, something will change,
That's right.
but we do bring a vast amount of knowledge to the table to help avoid common mistakes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, This has been really fascinating. So tell us how our viewers can claim their free book.
Oh, did you hear that? Free book. What? So you can just go to our website, urmspublishing.com, and then /free book. Thank
Yes.
you.
And thank you, Donna, for joining us today. And I look forward to reading your book cover to cover.
Thank you.